guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, back from my hiatus a little bit early with another TVlog talking about Velma. This is the new HBOmax original animated series produced by Mindy Kaling, who also does a voice in the show, and it details the origin story of Velma Dinkley and the rest of the beloved Mystery Inc. gang. The first two episodes are available now on HBOmax, and safe to say, everyone's just loving it.
No, 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 no.
So yeah, like everyone else, I first heard about this series when they dropped the first teaser, and I'm gonna be honest, I was not very impressed by it. And before you guys get mad at me in the comments, it had nothing to do with the fact that they race-bent the character. I honestly could not give less of a fuck about the color of Velma's skin. As long as the voice actor is good and it's well written, I honestly don't give a shit. Which, I mean, Mindy Kaling wasn't a bad choice, to be honest, but it just didn't really grab me in the way that like other like adult animated shows and things like that have grabbed me. Like, it just seemed like they were trying to do like the Harley Quinn series but with Scooby-Doo. Even Mindy Kaling's like voice and like the tone that she was using, it didn't seem like she was doing Velma. It seemed like she was doing Harley Quinn. But I mean, after that teaser dropped, I was like, okay, well maybe that was just a really bad teaser and maybe the show will be fine. First two episodes have dropped, and yeah, to be completely 100% original, yeah, these first two episodes are just as bad, if not worse, than what you've heard. Basically, the story as it's set up from the beginning is Velma is, you know, kind of a loner and a loser, and she's getting over the trauma of her mom's disappearance, and she's kind of given up solving mysteries and everything. But then she gets lumped in as a suspect for a murder that is going around Crystal Cove High School, who is murdering girls and taking out their brains. And so now she has to work with the police and band together with some unlikely, with an unlikely group of friends, that being Daphne, Fred, and Norville, not Shaggy, to essentially solve the mystery. Right off the bat, this show was irritating me from the moment it started with its writing. Like, if the Harley Quinn comparisons weren't obvious enough, like, it just gets more and more apparent that, like, that's what they were trying to do. This very, like, self-aware, like, tongue-in-cheek, like, criticizing the conventions of, like Scooby-Doo and mystery shows and everything like that, but, like, at the same time doing that exact same thing. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, when Harley Quinn did it, it was at least, like, it was, you know, written a little bit more clever than just sort of stating the obvious. And also, there was still, like, funny jokes attached and also a, you know, well-written, well-rounded story attached to it, rather than just, like, hey, we're gonna make fun of that thing you like, but not really do anything to improve upon it. It strikes me that this show was written by people who not only haven't seen Scooby-Doo, but also just hate everything that Scooby-Doo stands for. Because, I mean, like, look, I honestly, like, when you take a look at the two most recent, like, Scooby-Doo sort of reimaginings or origin stories that have come out the past few years, we had Scoob, which was kind of showing them, like, their humble beginnings as, like, kids, and then, you know, expanding into this, like, greater story. And now this one where Scooby-Doo is completely out of the picture, and it's showing them in this sort of, like, raunchy, edgy, like, almost sort of Family Guy type of environment and sense of humor. Honestly, I feel like, even though Scoob wasn't that great either, I feel like it was better in terms of, like, just getting the essence of, like, the show and its characters down correctly. Like, this just feels like, hey, we had this idea for this sort of, like, you know, edgy, like, adult animated murder mystery, but let's slap the Scooby-Doo name on it just to get more attention and views and everything. But let's not actually take the time to, you know, like, figure out why people are so in love with this property and everything like that, and why it works so well and why it's been around for as long as it has. Let's just do the bare fucking minimum and actively make fun of the people that like it. Like every single chance it gets, the show makes fun of, you know, people that watch cartoons, people that, you know, like Scooby-Doo and everything like that. And I mean, the most capital sin that this show commits is that it completely misunderstands the characters that it has. Like, and again, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're race bent or anything like that, or that they're, you know, queer, or their like aspects have been changed. Like, superficial aspects don't really matter as long as the essence of the character is there. Like, with Velma, yeah, she was nerdy, she was kind of dorky, but she was smart. She was the brains of the operation. She solved a lot of the problems. Whereas here, she's just this, like, spiteful, like, you know, judgmental bitch who, you know, like, makes fun of everyone and, like, judges everyone, but then whines and complains about how she has no friends. Like, that, like, Velma was not this, like, oh, I'm smart, so I'm more superior to you. Like, she's, like, everyone in that Mystery Inc. gang was seen as equal. Same thing with Daphne. Like, Daphne, yeah, she was, like, kind of the butt of a lot of the jokes. She got kidnapped a lot, and she was, like, seen as the bait. But, like, you know, she was still, like, a, you know, quintessential member in her own right. She, like, was an important part. And here they have this stupid cliche thing about, like, oh, we're not friends anymore because I got hot and popular and you just didn't do anything for me anymore, and they have to, like, reconnect and blah blah blah. And it's just, fuck off. Like, we don't care. Like, Fred as well has been completely bastardized because this show has a thing against white men. Like, because he is the rich white guy, he's the butt of all the jokes. He's made to be incompetent and incapable. Like, they treat him like a child and everything like that, which could be funny, but they just don't really do anything with it. Like, that's the thing, and I don't want to stay on this topic for longer than I need to, but this show, the way that it's written and the way that it portrays the characters, it strikes me as though the people involved had, like, some bad history in high school. They had, like, some personal experiences with these types of people or these types of situations, and this is sort of a form of catharsis for them by, like, trauma dumping and making fun of these sort of archetypes and these people that they had to deal with when they were younger, and, you know, just using this supposed comedy show as just a platform for them to be like, hey, all these, like, buzz topics and, like, things that, you know, Gen Zers are, like, really getting behind. Hey, we support that too. Hey, like us, please. Like, that's the thing, is it feels like it's both trying too hard to get it to like it, while at the same time actively doing everything in its power to piss people off. Animation as well, it just looks so cheap and ugly looking. Like, I was talking about this in the Harley Quinn Season 3 video about how the animation looked like it had taken a severe hit, like, because, you know, Zaslav doesn't give a fuck about animation and he thinks it's kid stuff and everything. But, like, here, it really, like, it doesn't even, there are character designs and, like, things that don't even feel like they are from the same show, and yet they are. The animation is just really just bad and ugly looking and stilted, and it's just, like, if you can't even get that right, then why am I gonna bother watching your show? I honestly, like, I had a feeling that this show was going to be a chore to sit through and it was going to be rough, but I honestly did not think it was going to be this bad. I didn't think that I was not going to be able to find one redeeming quality about this show. And while I still think that Blockbuster is the worst show that I've watched for the TVlogs, just because of how much of a colossal train wreck it was, it kind of made it sort of, like, fun in a weird way to, like, hate watch. This, I have no desire to watch it again, even ironically, even to hate watch it, because that would be giving it more attention than it needs. Like, I honestly just think this needs to die a slow death, and if they do want to do something, like, you know, because, like, it's not even that the fact that it's, you know, it's more adult, they're more edgier, and they're doing something like this with Scooby-Doo, or they're trying to reinvent it, because, like, you know, franchises like this that are so many years old and have gone through several renditions need to change and need to evolve, and, you know, doing a more sort of darker and more adult edge, like, version of it could work. I mean, look at the fucking Mystery Incorporated show on YouTube. I haven't seen it. I've only seen, like, the teaser trailer for it and everything like that, but that honestly looked really good and really intriguing. Like, do more shit like that rather than just this, like, just hateful, like, spiteful, ugly, bitter, like, product. Honestly, it's like shit like this that makes me look back more fondly on the Raja Gosnell live-action Scooby-Doo movies. Those ones also weren't very good, but they were at least entertaining and got the essence of the characters correct. So, yeah, bottom line, you don't need me to tell you not to go see this because you've already seen the reactions on Twitter or you've watched the episodes yourself. But yeah, everything that you've heard about Velma is true. It's bad. It's fucking awful. Don't watch it. Don't give it any more of your time. If I had to rate it, the nicest I could give it is a 1 out of 5, but that's being very, very, very generous. This just needs to die and be forgotten about as, like, hey, remember that time we tried to do, like, a Harley Quinn style adult animated show but with Scooby-Doo? Like, that just needs to be the case with this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What did you think of Velma if you've seen the first 2 episodes? Do you intend on watching the rest of it? If you do, please don't. But yeah, until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.